I join my colleague from Wisconsin and other members who are here on the floor to talk about the Perkins Loan program. It is a really important program. It serves the needs of many of the students in our states, and it serves a unique need. It provides flexibility that other programs don't provide. It also allows the colleges and universities to actually contribute to it. So I would hope that we could get this one-year extension done. I would hope that the objection would be overridden by the common sense of doing something that the House has already done. And by the way, the House of Representatives did it for 1 year also at no cost to the federal government, because there is no reason to pay for a one-year extension of a program that's a loan program where the colleges and universities take the payments that are made, the repayments, and put it back in through the program. So this is without cost, and it's certainly an important program that we ought to continue. I know there's discussion about broader education reform. I support that. I know this program is not perfect. There are other ways that we could possibly improve it. I'm perfectly willing to enter into that discussion and debate. We should have it. We should debate how to make sure college is more affordable for all students. But let's not at this point stop this program that is working, that is providing for young people in my state and around the country what they need to be able to afford a quality education. I was out here a few weeks ago talking about this program, and at that time I talked about some specific schools and people in my state who depend on this. It's the oldest federal program out there for students to be able to take advantage of some kind of help to be able to get through school. And boy, it's needed now more than ever, with tuition costs going up and more families feeling that squeeze. When I'm back home, I hear from the parents, I hear from the students themselves. It's tough. Wages are flat, in many cases declining, and yet expenses are up, and this is one of them, on top of health care, on top of electricity bills going up. So this is a time for us not to stop the program, but for us to continue this really important program and at the same time engage in the important debate we have on how do we reform higher education more generally to be able to ensure that everybody has access to affordable education. The program since 1958 has provided more than $28 billion in loans. It's a program that now supports 60 different schools in my state. So in the Buckeye State of Ohio, we have 60 schools that have loans under this program. Last year, more than 25,000 Ohio students received financial aid through this program. 3,000 young people at Kent State, over 1,700 students at Ohio State, the Ohio State University in Columbus. One of these students is an outstanding young woman. Her name is Carrie. She goes to Kent State. She's a junior. She interned for me last summer. And in talking to Carrie about this program, this is something she absolutely needs to be able to stay in school. Carrie's a young woman who I have a lot of respect for because she fought the odds. She was in foster care. She went from one foster home to another growing up. And yet, she not only fought the odds, she's now in college and excelling in college, doing a great job. But she doesn't have the resources to be able to stay in college without this program. She's also a Pell Grant recipient, but she also needs the Perkins Loan to be able to stay in school. This is not just about numbers, folks. This is about people. This is about Carrie. This is about young people who we want to be able to have the opportunity to be able to get the education they need to get ahead, because it does provide help for those who are in most need. Well beyond Ohio, of course, 1,700 post-secondary institutions now participate in this, and it shouldn't be controversial. Again, the House passed it for 1 year. It's something that does not require new appropriation. It's a flexible program. You know, so many of our student loan programs, including the Pell Grant program and so on, are programs that the schools cannot provide any kind of flexibility for. And with many of our families and many of our students, Carrie being an example, that flexibility is really important. Circumstances change. They may find something that they need a little help to stay in school to finish their academic major. They may find that they need a little bit of help because something that they could not anticipate happen in their families. This program provides that flexibility. And again, the colleges and universities actually contribute to it. So it's a matching program where they've got to step up and be counted. So let's not allow these students to fall through the cracks, and let's consider what happens if we do allow that to happen. Students who are right now applying for this winter semester, which is 2016, starts in January, or the spring semester, may well find that they are not able to receive the aid that they need. I'm told that students can lose their eligibility if they change institutions or if they change their majors. So these kids could fall between the cracks even though they have Perkins loans now. And then finally, of course, if we don't act pretty soon, then next fall, when you've got up to 150,000 freshmen who are looking for a Perkins loan, may not be eligible for it. So this is not acceptable. Let's be sure that we do everything we can in this place to be sure that college tuition is not a roadblock for low-income students who are trying to get a college degree and to pursue their dreams. Let's help them to get ahead instead. Let's pass this. It creates certainty for the students who benefit from the loans. It creates certainty for these colleges and universities. It ensures that students who need this funding are not stopped and blocked by these high tuitions. I want to thank my colleagues, Senator Collins, Senator Casey, I see I was on the floor, Senator Baldwin, Senator Ayotte, Senator Murphy, I see Senator Coons and others here. This is something that is bipartisan. It's something that we can do here in the Senate, just as the House has already acted. Let's not block this, just as these students could be blocked from attaining the educational background they need to be able to succeed in life. Let's move forward with this while at the same time continuing our discussion on the need to ensure that higher education is more broadly reformed to allow everybody to have that opportunity to pursue their dreams. Thank you, Mr. President. I yield back my time.